Welcome, everyone. This is the April 8th Fisheries Committee meeting. We'll start with a roll call, starting with Seth.
Seth Walker.
Allison Hawks.
Jay McCray.
Samantha Bohan.
Billy Saxton.
George Prince.
Ron Burnett.
David Wilson.
Before we do the pledge, I just want to thank everyone. We have very good attendance on this committee. I've been on a few, and this isn't typical, so thank you, everyone. And we'll have the pledge. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Public comment, anything not on the agenda? Moving right along. Committee announcements, I have a couple quick ones. I did reach out to the DMR to see if Commissioner Wilson would come to one of our meetings, and they did not get back to me, unfortunately. I will talk to him at the zone meeting, Matt, next Wednesday, I believe, and I'm sure he won't give me an answer, but at least I'll have an email or a more direct contact with him, so sounds like a few things have already come up for the May agenda, so it would be June would be our next goal date to get him here, but of course that's pending on his schedule. And the other one, I don't really remember. It couldn't have been that important.
So can we add the signage? Are we talking about that tonight?
Matt's going to speak about that in just a few minutes.
Doing it in new business, I got a draft.
Okay. It's technically not new business, but we'll allow it, Matt.
I didn't know that was.
I had to look at my notes here. So Harpswell Land Trust reached out to me through an email, Matt Newberg. They were going to have a meeting tomorrow night, and they wanted working waterfront stakeholders to show up, but it sounds like there was too many conflicts. They rescheduled, I don't know, so if anybody got an email, void that one. The new date and time is April 27th, 6:30 to 8, in this room, I believe, and any working waterfront stakeholders are welcome. That was my other.
George, what was the time again?
6:30 to 8.
Thanks.
We don't have any minutes, the last meeting.
Can I just make a
Oh,
mention?
oh, sorry.
Darcy, would you like to mention the Orrs Island Bridge lease thing that potentially could be coming up for
Yep,
an opportunity?
that's a great point. I was hoping we'd have something more solid, but I might as well give you like kind of the rough picture everybody has right now. So the little wharfs that are on the Orrs Island Bridge there, just as you sweep around the turn, that's town property technically, and the town leases those wharfs to the people that are currently there. And we have a policy written out in the town policy manual for how that works and what happens when someone does not renew their lease or is ineligible to renew it. So we have 2 of those spots potentially up for new leases with new people this year. So we're kind of working out how that's going to work. It does suggest a lottery system in the town policy. We're thinking that maybe it should be a little bit more thoughtful than that. We also need to maybe consider how we qualify who can apply for it. There's been some good suggestions about basically mirroring the language that we use for moorings in town as far as a hierarchy of who would be considered first. So that is currently in the hands of the selectmen to figure out how they'd like to manage that. But potentially there should be 2 wharf sites at the Orrs Island Bridge that would be up for a year-to-year lease for someone with a commercial fishing license or a marine-related business.
Cool, thank you.
Anyone else? There's no minutes to review for the last meeting. It was just a quick aquaculture reapply.
No action.
No action, yeah. So we'll get to the agenda. Legacy fishing maps. I don't see anybody here with anything. Moving right along. We're going to put you on the hot seat.
Fine with that.
Look at us go.
So next is update on the adopted changes to Chapter 2, pre-application. Is this you, Darcy? You going to take the lead?
I think is Jay there tonight, or
Okay,
is she?
Jerry. Okay,
Yep,
thank
yep.
you.
Yeah, this was our request from the town to increase municipal participation by including a pre-application process for experimental leases, which hadn't been part of the deal. So it went before the advisory council. You were there, I was there on Zoom.
Yes.
And Amanda Ellis, in my opinion, spoke very well about why this was important, why it was a good idea. There was most people for it, a little against it. It did just go into rule, so it's now active as of March 19. And the rule change, it was about aquaculture regulations. It wasn't just this, there are others, and I can put the link in the minutes if people want. The part that applies to our request was, it requires a pre-application meeting for an experimental lease application prior to an experimental application being submitted to the department. So the rest is not related to that, but related to aquaculture.
Yep.
Awesome. I'm sorry, I was trying to get you on the microphone, but you finished.
Too late.
It'll be in the minutes.
The rule is now in law for pre-applications for experimental leases.
8Apr2026.
March 19, yay Harpswell.
Woo-hoo.
Good.
Good.
Next up is municipal questionnaire, Bridgewater Oyster.
So this is a new thing for you guys. It's you may be thinking it's similar to the LPA checklist that we do. The irony is so rich on this because the reason that we're looking at this municipal questionnaire for an experimental lease that has already been submitted, he's already paid the fee, it's already in progress, because he submitted it literally maybe 2.5 weeks before they signed this new rule into law. So this is why we wanted that new piece, because this experimental lease is 3 acres in pretty much the exact spot that we told the other guy who wanted 3 LPAs there, that's not a great spot, here's why, and then we helped him move along and find another spot up around Birch Island. So I just couldn't believe it when I saw this and looked at the footprint. I included a map for you guys for the what it would look like, and it is literally in the exact same spot that we had a really good discussion with the other guy a year ago for why that's a problem. We've got a European oyster bed that stretches through there. There's a couple of smaller local lobstermen that fish in that vicinity. And we were concerned that LPAs would interfere, and this is a full-on 3-acre lease. So I feel like if this rule had already been in effect, this guy would have had a chance to come talk to us before he paid his $500 or $750. I don't know how much it is that they have to pay now for the application fee, and have it already, down the track, ready for the municipal questionnaire from us, so you guys are clear, like there's no room for him to modify this at this point. This is going to be, the DMR is going to review it. There'll be a public hearing scheduled. It's going to go through the whole process and get to the end point. And then if he chooses to withdraw it and then start over, that would be an option for them. But for now, our job is there's a clock running. We have to submit this municipal questionnaire, which has very specific questions in it. Has to be signed off by either me or a selectman. We decided it would be Matt since he's there, and has to be submitted to the department before April 25th as one piece of the process. In addition to that, separately, you guys also need to consider if you or people you know or work with would like to request from the department that there should be a public hearing on this. For experimental leases, those are one of the ones where you have to have, I think it's 10 or more people request a hearing, and that will trigger them to schedule a public hearing. Otherwise, if they don't get 10 people asking for a hearing, there will be no public hearing on this lease. It'll just be determined by the department whether they issue it or not. So I personally think, especially because I'm not sure how they'll handle our municipal questionnaire, I think it's enough of a an important area and that we've already covered last year in a very similar way. I think there should be a public hearing to kind of shine some light on that and really explain why it's not a great spot for him to have a 3-acre farm. So our task tonight is basically to step through that municipal questionnaire. We need to fill in questions. Each question we got to fill in an answer. I'm hoping Amelia might be able to either fill it in on her laptop or manually. It doesn't really matter. Whatever you guys agree on, we need to put in the boxes. It's very specific things like numbers of boats, sizes of boats, times of the year, all of that kind of stuff. So if you guys can help kind of get as accurate as possible information into that questionnaire, Matt can sign it off, and then Amelia can submit it to the department after the meeting's done.
I'm seeing 2 thumbs up from the audience, so one from Matt and one from Amelia, so
Good.
sounds like we're ready.
May I ask, like, as a committee, can we devise that list, or is it required 10 different?
The department, you mean as far as people requesting a public hearing?
Yeah, along with.
That's just literally citizens of the state of Maine. You don't even have to live in Harpswell. You could live in Rumford and be like, I want a hearing on this aquaculture lease. So they just need to receive at least 10 different unique requests for a public hearing. So like it's, you guys can't just submit as a committee and be like, there's 8 of us. It needs to be, each of you individually could decide, hey, I want to, email DMR and say, I would like to have a public hearing on this.
So that's all someone has to do is email DMR?
Yep. I'm pretty sure that's how it usually works, but I will double check on that too. While you guys discuss some of the boxes, let me.
And what email too? Like
it's all of it goes to DMR Aquaculture. They only have one email because they didn't want each person getting bothered with stuff. So you need to send that to I think it even has it in the municipal questionnaire.
Yeah,
Yep.
just above the address at the bottom.
Yep. Yep. So you would just need to reference this aquaculture lease and say that I am formally requesting a public hearing be held to discuss it.
You gotta write your concerns in the email, correct?
You don't even have to write why you want it. You can just say, I would like to have further discussion. I would like a public hearing about this aquaculture application.
All right, thank you.
Yep.
What's the deadline for that, Darcy, please?
I believe April 25th for everything. It's
Okay.
definitely for the questionnaire. I think it's also for the request for a hearing. So it's a very short turnaround. Another one I really don't like. They only issued this to us. It says March 24th, but I think I got it like a couple days after that. So it's a quick turnaround. Fortunately, our meeting time fell in a good spot for us to be able to respond to it, but we do need to get it turned around and back to them as part of the process. And hopefully the next time we see one of these, it would be for an experimental lease that we had already kind of had a hand in guiding them early in the process so that it's not going to be just such an onerous thing like I think this will end up being.
Just reinforces why it was a good idea.
I know, that's why I'm saying like it's so ironic that, we had to ask for all that and there was some question about why we would need it, and this is exactly why. This right here is exactly why we wanted that option as part of the process. So
Well, and because it saves the applicant time and money and all of that.
yeah.
So it helps everybody. The deadline is the 25th, it says.
Yeah.
Are we doing this list now?
Yep. You might as well run through it if George wants to
Yeah.
read
fine.
each thing off, and then you guys can agree on what you want to put in the box for the answer, and Amelia can put the official answer in there. And then when you get to the end, we'll have Matt sign off.
Okay. So I'm not understanding exactly. The very first thing is,
I think they left
very first
off
thing
the
is
actual
yes or no.
question. It should be
It's on the
hazardous
bottom of the
navigation.
first page.
oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Is there any commercial navigation in the
Okay.
area of the proposal?
Okay.
Yep.
Perfect. All right. Seth, you gonna help me with this a little?
Yeah.
This is kind of our backyard, so this is where we work. So the
We
answer
know
is
that one's yes.
definitely yes. Types of commercial vessels are definitely lobster. I've seen scallop divers. Anything else you can think of?
I believe there's been oyster dragging that's taken place there many times that I know of.
Okay.
I think that one in particular, David, is going to be important because that lease basically completely overlays the European oyster bed that we mapped out.
Yeah.
Are there other types of commercial vessels that go through there, dock guys or mooring guys, service?
I mean, that's the main transit between Brunswick and Harpswell if you're going over to that side. So there's
On the shore, though, I don't know if you'd be going. Well,
So this is the one to the north. Nice, okay.
it's really just fishing vessels in that area.
Mostly.
Yeah.
Range of vessels would be everything from skiffs, so 14 to 40, 45 foot. How many commercial vessels on a peak day? I don't know. 20, maybe. And the typical direction, it's only north and south, northeast, southwest are the only options. Recreational navigation, yes. What type of recreational navigation? I've seen kayaks.
Sailboats,
Sailboats.
powerboats,
yes. Yeah.
ranging in size from kayak, which is what, 10 feet to 50.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause there's a bunch of people that moor up in the moorings to the
Exactly.
southern.
They camp.
They go to Paul's Marina and stuff, so they're gonna go right by that.
If you're going to Paul's, you're going right by there, right?
Right.
They beach and camp right there on the shore.
Yeah.
Plus people stripe
So they
fishing,
fly
mackerel
swimming?
fishing.
Yeah,
So it is a high activity area.
yeah.
Very much so.
I know in the summer, like, a lot of people congregate there when it's blowing southwest hard, the smaller vessels do, if they wanna go out there and get the day in. I've seen a lot.
Well, there is a question further down about like a hurricane hole type of question, David. So save that one for that one. That's a great
Yeah,
one.
actually, I mean, didn't really get a chance to review the whole list, but approximate range would be, so like Billy said, on kayaks, 10 foot to, again, 40, 50,
Maybe it's big-
50.
There's some big pleasure boats that go through there. Then you got the 90-foot yachts that roll around. Seen plenty of those.
How many recreational vessels,
There's, I mean, hundreds a day.
Yeah.
Friday through Sunday, no doubt,
high,
from June till September.
you think they're looking for a specific number, Darcy, or can we just put high traffic
I think you can
area?
say ranges, but like be realistic. Like I mean, hundreds is not out of the on a summer day
Summertime.
ripping through there. It's a high traffic area. It's probably one of the more high traffic areas in the vicinity.
Maybe up to 100?
No, over 100. There's like 150 moorings up there.
Okay.
People going to get gas and pumping out there.
Yeah.
Septic and all that stuff.
The Ericksons go by it probably twice a day. Plus haul there.
So that's 6 right there alone.
And then,
What's that, 150?
I put 100,
100.
You said
Make it plural. S.
100 plus.
100 plus.
100 / high traffic.
There you go.
I mean, if you read the application, they, yeah, I won't worry about it.
They didn't write much about it.
So typical direction again would be northeast, southwest, but
So-
a lot of these smaller boats
I'll
go
just-
ashore.
I'll just say that in his application, he said, how many recreational vessels did you observe in this area? He put down 20.
How long was he there?
He said he was there, it says January to December of 2024 and 25, so there's more than 20 vessels, there's,
There's more than 20 boats, lobster boats that fish there.
so
Mm-hmm.
it's not an accurate,
In
from my experience, I'm not saying I'm just saying in my experience, it would be way more than that.
June and October, that's,
He's
There's a
saying,
crazy
in the
amount.
commercial, existing users, the commercial and then navigation, there's four fishermen that navigate in the area, so that just doesn't, that doesn't line up with what I know about the area, I don't know, Seth, do you?
There's way more than that.
Guess that's why we're doing it, right?
well,
Give it another month and go up there.
Yeah,
in October, I mean, you just said there's three guys from Freeport. There's at least one from Lookout Point. I mean, it's, all the Lookout Point boats fish there.
yeah.
A lot of the boats from down to the south migrate up there and fish the shoal water in October.
I was just trying to bring to light what
July,
we're
right.
writing down and what
Right.
is on the application.
It doesn't really jive.
Yeah, but when people start setting next spring for shutters and stuff, they're gonna be up there.
Exactly,
Especially after last
That's a
year.
month from now.
right, exactly. So the typical direction, again, is northeast and southwest, but since we're talking about recreational boats, kayaks, skiffs, et cetera, I mean, they go ashore there and camp, so it's really,
And if there's any westerly, that's a great place to stay.
yeah. I mean, that place looks like a campground in the fall. It's just tents, kayaks. I guess this box is the first top box on the next page, is that one?
Yep.
Okay. Okay. Are there permitted moorings nearby or within boundaries of the proposal? Darcy?
Yeah, not specifically within those boundaries. That little edge is kind of free of moorings and wharfs. So we could say no for that one.
So it's asking if
Nearby.
Nearby.
orange and nearby, or
How close is nearby?
I think they're down below that 10, aren't they? In that little star.
There's some there, and
There's
there's
a leaf there.
some up around the corner, westward of that.
Yeah, they're going to be looking at like within 1,000 feet of that site. Typically, is what their range of what they're looking at. And we don't really have any within 1,000 feet of where the box is. It's kind of in that respect. Ironically, that's the one thing that it's not really interfering with his moorings and dock access.
So that kind of answers the next question, no docks.
Yep.
Designated traditional storm anchorages in the area.
I wouldn't say they're designated. but-
I wouldn't say they're designated, but it's.
No, but it's
certainly-
traditional. If you know that the guys will go sit up in there, that's what that means.
Yeah, a lot of recreational, just like David was saying.
yeah, they,
Pleasure boats.
that east side gets plugged with
Oh.
recreational fishing.
Yep.
And even just hiding from the weather. Any
Yeah.
westerly, if you're
Yeah,
in a little boat,
northwest, northwest,
you're
yep.
gonna wanna hide right there.
So, yes, I guess, windy northwest, west northwest days, Amelia. A lot of recreational activity there. Is there commercial fishing? Yes, definitely.
Some of these are redundant. Isn't it?
Trying to trick you.
So A, the answer is yes.
Can you read what it is?
The question is, does commercial fishing occur in the area of the proposed site? Yes.
100%. And we're saying lobstering, oyster dragging,
I know 2
And
individuals.
pogie fishing, there's 3 fisheries right there that I can see, based on the maps.
All of it.
We don't tow up there. Dive.
Diving, scallop diving. I don't know why it's shaded inshore, but I don't know why it's not shaded all the way up to that star, that hard bottom up there, that whole edge. That should be shaded in red, Darcy, all the way up across there. Or whoever's
Yep,
making
we can add that in.
adjustments to the map.
That goes back to it's all red in that area.
Yeah. Exactly.
It really is. Especially next month.
Yeah.
That's wicked shutter burst shit.
So if yes, list the type of fishing, it would be lobster, pogie, oyster, scallop dive.
While we're answering this question, do you think it'd be a good time to like maybe request editing this map?
We need to edit Upper Goose Island area for sure.
Yeah.
Needs attention.
All the way on the west
All the
side,
way
too.
around, all the way
All
around
over
it.
those 25s, 26.
Mm-hmm.
Yelrickson's fish just outside the
Yeah, we'll just do it
system,
next
all through
month.
there.
Yep.
Yeah. If you guys do it next month, I'll be there and I can actually do the tweaks while we're talking, so we can make sure we capture it like you guys want.
So if yes, what months? It would be from June 1st till New Year's.
Well, Seth said they'd be setting gear up there sooner than that.
Next month, I bet you'd see some people.
Yeah, May, you might see a few. You may,
Bobby.
maybe. So if yes, how many people commercially fish the area? Again, crazy. 35, 40. Well, when you add all those fisheries together, I would say 40.
So look out, there's 12 there, 13, 14. Yeah, there's 20 people that I know that fish there.
Yeah. Freeport.
Say 40 to 50.
Recreational fishing in the area, yes. There's gonna be stripers,
Mackerel, bluefish.
yeah. And the months are probably gonna be a little shorter than the commercial, but still from
June to September.
June to September, October, yeah, through September, so.
October.
June 1st to October 1st.
Yep.
Well, whenever the fish show up.
Right.
Hopefully soon.
Or should I check yes for A in that?
Yes. And the species were stripers, mackerel, bluefish, harbor pollock.
Seen duck hunters out there too.
In the fall, yep.
Yeah.
Springtime, too.
Yeah.
What did you say?
Duck hunters.
You can put that in at the bottom.
It's a great place to hunt duck because the wind screams out of the west.
Yeah.
That's a great spot. Yeah.
So the question is, if yes, how many recreational people fish in the proposed area site? Many. I don't really have a answer
Hunters, but
again.
Tens about? Tens of fishing? There's more commercial fishing activity than recreational fishing, I guess is the point.
Yeah,
I don't know, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, it's pretty hopping up there.
Yeah,
Dozens.
dozen. Tens.
Splitting hairs. 10 dozen.
Dozen sounds a lot better.
I mean, it sounded good to me, Billy. I was like, yeah, sounds good.
It's late in the day.
Oh, complete the table to describe other water-related uses that occur in the area. There you go, David. Duck hunting, under other.
Yeah, they hunt when the wind blows really hard. That's when the ducks fly the most, so that is an ideal spot for that.
That's where you like to split the water, isn't it, George?
Yeah, I do quite a bit of swimming up there.
Watch the sunrise.
So I kind of skip down to the bottom there, but definitely kayaking within the boundaries and within the proposed site. Swimming, yes. People camp there.
You even say how many people think engage in these activities.
Some. How about 5? There's got to be more than 5. That place looks like a campground up there. I mean, it's on a peak day.
Tens.
10. Again, 10.
Use it.
How many kayaks? I mean, yeah, it could be 10 to
I mean,
25.
if you go kayaking, there's not usually one, right?
I see groups up there when they go, so I'd say 10 to 25.
There's a bunch of kayak guides that use Lookout Point ramp, and he's got a group of 6 usually, and he's there twice a day,
Yeah.
and they go up there.
And the Freeport LO Bean one's not very far, it's just on the west side there.
He does 2 trips 6 days a week up there.
Wow. Any local, state, federally owned beaches, parks, docking? I do not think so.
No.
Yes, explain. Number 10. Does the municipality observe eelgrass in the area of the proposed site?
No, we have not.
He did not?
Did he do-
He didn't look very hard.
Is there eelgrass there?
Yeah.
So it's asking who, us?
No, it asked if he did.
Has the municipality observed?
Yeah.
So yes.
We are,
So that's
yes. Yes. Okay.
So he answers his questions, we're answering them the best of our knowledge.
Okay.
When you observe it, you put the date in.
When you say gear.
October? I'll just put October
2000.
Or is it on a
2025.
picture?
October 2025.
Rode through it.
What was the,
Check it out.
so,
Take it back.
not to be sarcastic, but it says, what was the observation method? I looked out over the rail and saw it, so,
Visual.
visual. And approximately how far from the proposal, in the area, inside the area? Would the proposal impact municipal river herring fishing rights allocated? Rob?
Municipal, no, not at all, not there. No designated fish around there.
Would the proposal impact the work of municipal shellfish program established pursuant 12 MRSA subsection, yeah. Do we have any lawyers in the room? David, I'll take your word for it, David. No,
No.
no.
I went out there in 2024, I was gonna throw some American, and there was quite a bed of blowing all the way, even surpassing that last ledge. But I've got an aqua view with 50 feet of wire on it, if anybody ever wants to use it.
That's cool.
Yeah, so, I'll show you a lot. I didn't end up putting Americans there because there was so many belongings, but that was then, so.
All right, any additional?
I don't think so, not at this point.
I would just say it's a high value, highly used
I would,
by camper, the camp aspect not be overlooked, you know, the campers are in there. Just like Seth said, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the 12 weeks of summer, it is some of the
think-
highest
Used a lot.
Use a lot.
we need to make note and just acknowledging, its geographical makeup and how important that is. You know, it is a safe place to fish, regardless how hard the wind's blowing. And a lot of people opt for that. I see it all the time.
And there's a couple boat launches, right? You got Paul's Marine and Lookout
Yeah,
right there.
yeah.
Just something to think about too. There's 8 of you sitting there, plus me would make 9. And then based on your answers to that questionnaire, the committee itself could also email in to submit comment, and there's your 10.
I already,
Right there.
and I know
So-
at least one person.
Yeah.
You can individually do it, I can do it because I understand where the committee's come from, and then I can do it individually, and we've met the 10 to, and you all don't have to go to that public comment, but that would just initiate that public hearing process at that point. So as long as everybody's willing to send an email, we can at least get a public hearing on it.
I know for a fact a few people have already emailed as well, so.
I think it's also worth mentioning in that last box that we had another applicant a year ago who wanted to put stuff in that exact spot, and we met with him and explained all of these things for why that was not a good spot, and he moved on and got a different spot. So
Absolutely. I was gonna bring that up. Thank you.
It wasn't the same person.
no, right,
No,
a different
that
person,
kid.
but in that exact spot, literally that spot. I couldn't believe it when I opened this application.
Did you see that?
Yeah,
So it's kind of like, huh.
that's how this works. though.
Yes, yeah.
Amelia, did you get David's comment about a safe place regardless of the wind? That's I think that's a really good
That
point.
can't be overlooked. There will be people that set gear there so they can fish on a bad day, right? Like, you want to have an opportunity to make money. You know,
Yeah.
you need to be thinking about those things. Safety should be at the top of our list, and that is, you know.
Yeah, that plays a role in them picking out that spot. I've seen it over and over again. Like they try to pick spots out of the weather. Yeah.
Yep.
Recreational and commercial, both.
So-
Same concept.
And Billy, your point, were you speaking to the importance of, income, tourism income for like the campers?
I just think that they access that whole area. You put, this is 160 by 800 and,
It's huge.
it's
3 acres.
820 feet long by
Wow.
160 wide, so you're taking out 860 feet of waterfront that is accessed a lot. You might be able to get around it, but it seems like a highly used area.
Well, I was just wondering, there's so much about how the importance of tourism as an economic driver, and that, if that's what you were saying, that would, no, never mind.
That's not what I was saying, but it's a good point. That was not it was just, there's a marina that is within a mile of this thing that has 160 moorings. I mean, there's gonna be lots of people
Yeah.
going through there. Shared waters, right? We always talk about shared waters. You have a lease that just takes over this one spot, no one else can use it.
Right.
Good. Did you get Darcy's comment about the LPAs that somebody else had applied? Okay, perfect. We good? We good with this? New business, I think, Matt, you had something for us.
This is for you, Allison. Katie emailed me, our recreation director. Ignore the ones on the bottom right, those are for her. And those would hang from that working waterfront community sign But the working waterfront community sign would be permanent. This is just a draft. She's not attached to it at all. She's looking for feedback. So she is, if you absolutely hate it and you think it's the worst thing you've ever seen, doesn't bother her in the least bit. She just wants honest feedback. She figured it was a start.
So Katie did this?
Yeah, her and the gentleman at Carrot Signs.
Nice.
And to kind of match, I told her what you guys had talked about for the idea with the buoys and stuff like that.
Short, sweet, and to the point.
Yeah, if we could change up the colors so they match the couple guys that we would.
I think she's
Or-
gonna have them so the buoys are actually removable,
Oh,
so
there
you
we go,
can
so we can
swap
change
them
them.
out. So
Yep,
you could
perfect.
swap them out,
Oh,
Perfect.
you know.
Great idea.
That way, depending on,
I remember you saying that now.
I would definitely love to see Chris's out there if they wanted it,
Yep.
and he's
Yeah,
part of this
perfect.
group.
right, I'm sure the
That was-
community or the family or somebody would be more than willing to, you know, come up with whatever the committee could decide what 2 buoys to display for the year or something. That could be something you guys could do or something.
Perfect.
I love it. The only thing still that I mean, I would love it to say proud.
Okay.
That's my only,
Where would you like to see that? A proud working waterfront
I mean,
community?
something like that. I mean,
Okay.
that's just my opinion though. There's a bunch of people at the table, but that's just my emphasis on,
Agreement, disagreement?
I think the fact we're putting a sign up makes us know that people know we are proud of it. You know,
Yeah.
and the fact there is a sign there, that's why we're putting a sign there.
You go putting proud, and you may wake up some morning, one of those buoys will be rainbowed. So. Just saying. Wow.
I hadn't thought of that, but valid.
Yeah.
I mean, that is the fisherman way. You just kind of say what's on your mind. That's what we love about David.
I wish it said,
The chair of the committee has no comment.
I wish it said, we are,
No official comment.
We are?
we are.
We are a working waterfront community.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that almost better more than,
Would you prefer the we are or where?
We are.
All right.
Where we are.
Weird.
yeah, I like that actually more.
All right. Does everybody agree on that? But in terms of the color and stuff?
I like
And
that
the
as long as it
writing.
matches,
Yeah, I
yeah.
like
Yeah.
that.
All
You
right.
don't want too many words because you won't be able to.
Yeah.
you know what
Yes, I agree.
We are a working, not, was, were, we, right, we are.
Yes.
And we'll
Simple.
be.
Yes.
Right to the point.
So is that the size it'll be? That's,
Yeah, to scale, I think it will actually be a little bit wider, so it
Almost touched.
attaches to the post there. Attaches to the post there.
and then, are you saying the other two were temporary?
Yeah, they'd be like the temporary signs that she would have, there'd be hooks on the bottom of the working waterfront community one that she would just hang those up at the appropriate time.
Well, that's good, because they.
And I think they'd be a
used to
little
have to
bit
take
smaller.
That one down to put the other ones
Exactly.
up. Now it'll be
I
permanent.
think we want this one bolted to the.
Yes.
post. We don't want this one hanging.
Exactly, that's the whole idea, a permanent fixture.
And honestly, I mean, there are other ones like the town meeting date, and you can.
Yeah,
you can check
I think
the
that's
dates
her-
Interchangeable, because you always use the school.
I think she
there's
likes that idea of having
couple
different
other-
ones
yeah.
for different things.
I agree.
Everybody good? Did we want to go with we are, then a working waterfront community? All right.
Yeah, I like
like
that. I do too.
The only other new business I had is next week, WGME 13 is going to do a story on the food donation program that we started as a committee. They're going to speak to one of the recipients, and they were looking to speak to a fisherman. If somebody on the committee wanted to volunteer, I will connect you with the person. It would be on, as of right now, tentatively Monday or Tuesday of next week, sometime between 10 and 6:30 in the morning. And we can nail down that date and time, depending on if somebody wants to do that.
Someone in the Hawks family?
I was looking at you guys. I was like, oh.
Corey?
You're already in the loop, and I think you'll do a great job. Congratulations.
Did we just nominate Matt?
Got it, Matt.
Yes.
I mean, to be honest with you, it was your idea.
Yeah.
You're the
Yeah.
one that came to us with it, so
Go be
I
a
feel like
superstar.
it's kind of your baby. We just ran with it.
All right, well, if I get sick that day, I'm nominating Allison.
You won't be sick.
All right, that's all I had for new business.
Perfect, thank you, Matt.
Thank you, Matt.
Thank you.
I'm not, one more question about the sign.
Yeah.
Is Carrot Signs gonna do it?
Yeah,
And
yep.
how we pay for it?
Let me, I'll get her that update and then she'll get a price from that point and I can email the committee with the price of the sign. You guys can, I guess, we're not supposed to vote on stuff via email, but.
We had talked
Well, we
about,
don't really need to know the price. It's gonna be up to you.
Yeah,
If you
right.
pay for it or not, so, and I think if it's under a certain amount, the three of you get to make the decision
Yeah.
anyway, so.
Yeah, and I don't think it'll be that much. And there was talk that some people would be willing to donate too towards.
that's what I was gonna ask. We had
Yeah.
talked about,
So as soon as I get a price, I'll just email it out to the committee, and then if you guys want to try fundraising, and I'll bring it to the board and mention that fundraising is happening on the side as well. But at least that way the town could pay for it and then get the ball rolling and be reimbursed after the fact or something.
Yeah.
Is this something that could happen soon, like before the season kicks off?
Yeah. I'm gonna email her when I get home from the meeting and tell her, and sure she'll be in contact with me tomorrow, and I should have it done by next meeting. Hopefully, depending on how fast. I don't want to speak for Carrot Signs.
Yep.
How fast they can get it produced.
Awesome.
Thank you, Matt.
Thank you.
We have a law change, we have food program, and we have a sign, and a map.
Look at us go.
I have a maybe new business. When I wrote to Amanda Ellis to ask an update on the rule change, she wrote back with information, but she also wrote about, she had suggestions around our questionnaire, whether we want to do anything different or not, but she sent suggestions about the different types. So I don't know if did that get to people?
I didn't
I
get
didn't
it.
see it.
No? I can send it to people
Yep.
and maybe look at it for next time. Does that
You
sound
mean
good?
our questionnaire or the state's questionnaire?
No, ours. I think basically she was saying, do we want should we have different questionnaires depending on what kind of application it is? And I don't know the answer, but she was asking, so I can pass this around.
Or is it something she would wants to come talk to us about?
We could decide to ask
No,
her.
but I also think that we could, I was gonna bring this up, but we may wanna look at the one we just did. They maybe want more specific information, is kind of what I'm thinking about. Ours is kind of pretty broad, but we may wanna take a look at theirs that we just did, and maybe they want ours to kind of mimic some of these things, maybe, but.
Yeah,
there's-
remember they talked to us about that at the meeting, about redoing ours and stuff, and I think
That's
we
where-
can pull from that one we just did, like Billy said, for the experimental leases, and then look at what she sent there for the LPAs, and then the standard lease, I think would be is that all three, Darcy? LPA, experimental, and standard would be the only three we'd have, correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
So does that, I can send it around and
Yeah.
we can talk about it next time?
Put that on the agenda.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if, I'll work on it, or if other people want to work on maybe creating a questionnaire centered around each specific one or something. And I don't see why we can't use the one we just did from the state for the experimental one, so that one's already done. I think they probably have a similar one for the standards, don't they, Darcy?
Yeah. Yeah. Also, I think we could clean that up. It felt really redundant. Like you could have
Yeah.
just
Yeah, we
added
get rid of some of
sections
the
under
stuff.
recreational and nailed it all instead of having it in
Right.
three different parts.
Exact
So
same thing. I was like, why does the state always make everything 10 times harder and longer than it needs
the
to?
That's how
state
they
is
catch
so
you. Make sure
efficient.
you're
That's
paying
their
attention.
specialty.
I want to beat my head off a table.
Yeah.
May
Well,
I
you're
ask
right.
who provided this questionnaire that we just
The state.
State.
did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should follow the same with.
Yeah, and maybe the LPA, there's just some different questions I think that get asked because that's a license versus a lease. You know what I mean? It's for 1 year versus a longer term, 3 or 5 or 10 or 20 or whatever it may be.
Well, I think you'll like this. said, review with applicable legal decision criteria. I think that's their job. I think ours is to deal with the nuts and bolts of what we know in the community, and then they make the final decision.
Yeah, because they've made it more than abundantly clear that they hold their end-all be-all decision.
But they also made it abundantly clear we have the opportunity to weigh in and should.
Yes.
I think she said that 5 or 6 times.
Yeah. We know what we have to do. We got to get the information. And our questionnaire should have opportunity to include specific information.
Right.
No number of boats, number of times a day, all those,
Yeah.
I'm sure between the group of us, we can come up with something, and maybe that can be at the beginning of the agenda for next month, and then we can get it approved, and that way if there's any leases or LPAs that we have to review next month, there's your chance to try it out and fix what works,
Why don't
what
you
doesn't
just
work.
do what the state has and
Yeah.
look at those and not recreate the wheel too
Yeah.
much? I mean, if
Yeah.
it's already done,
That's the information they want.
Yeah,
yeah.
Right.
I mean, it does seem
But we can
over
organize
the
it in a
top.
way-
right, we can organize it
That's what
better
they want, though.
and get rid of some of that redundancy
Better.
that they have and get
I
it
can
onto
take a
virtual
stab
order.
at cleaning it up with all of the information just organized better and
Yeah,
send
that
that
would
to
be
you guys
awesome.
prior to the next meeting, and then we can kind of fine tune that and see how you guys feel about it.
Okay.
That
Well,
sounds good.
I'll-
Thanks, Darcy.
I'll send this around, but I think most likely it's going to be what Matt and Mark Darcy just said. This,
Yeah.
just for information. This is,
They may even copy ours eventually if they like the flow better.
I
don't
mean,
know.
we are trendsetters.
Yeah.
we are.
It's happening.
You are.
Everything?
Is that all you got?
Yeah,
You said that 10 minutes ago.
I know, I'm going to stand here,
Billy has been anxiously waiting
know,
for
I'm
his
down.
time.
there's no more from me.
Any more new business? Anyone?
Yeah, it's not new business, it's, well, I believe last meeting Darcy touched on, the carrying capacity project that we were gonna start this year in Middle Bay. And you got 2 extra buoys, correct, Darcy? Don't you?
It looks like we will have a total of 4. So 1 from the town, and then I've got 3 additional sponsors to cover the cost of those for us. So we're gonna have a nice project.
And,
Nice.
I just wanted to share, I talked with the current leaseholder of the lease that I wanted to do the project around over the weekend, and he's pretty excited about it. But he was asking if there was any way, we could still monitor like fecal coliform, because he thinks that we're gonna come up with more significant answers when it comes to carrying capacity. And
I think we can have like another conversation maybe with QBC and see if in the meantime, before we can purchase our own stuff and just do stuff ourselves, they may be a good interim partner to maybe if we have a focus project like that, they can agree to run just a limited number of samples for that particular site for us. So we can talk to Laura about that and see if we can do a fantastic project in that area this year that covers 2 major questions in the environment.
And my question to you, like, when do you think we should get started on that?
The units are being manufactured and they should be ready by the end of May. So the minute they are ready, I think we should deploy them.
All right, thank you.
Awesome.
That is awesome.
Add that to the list, Billy?
Good work.
Can I add that to the list?
Put it on the sign.
David, is it accurate to say update on Middle Bay monitoring? Is that of water quality to look at carrying capacity?
Yeah, well, we were gonna reach out to the leaseholder, and I believe it's in the process right now of changing ownership, but he's the current owner right now, and I told him about it Sunday. We talked quite a while, and he thinks it's a good idea, but he said it's unfortunate, because to get significant answers, the answers that we want, it's gonna require, fecal monitoring. So it's too bad we couldn't implement that in with this study.
Add
What
to
are
the
the-
goal list.
What are the buoys called? This is what?
These are blue sond buoys. They're brand new, and they are designed to be essentially what the giant expensive buoy that Bowdoin has. These are a smaller version of that. They work better because they have a UV component in there to keep the biofouling down. And the company that makes them have already deployed a test set for over a year and had really great success. So These are kind of a game changer, and we would be the first actual harvesters, municipality people to use it. They've given some to the Darling Center to play around with, and to UMaine, but they're just kind of doing researchy things, and we would actually be deploying them to start looking at real questions for our environment up here in Harpswell.
Is it blue, like in blue, and song is in SONG?
SONDE, blue sonde, just one word, because a sonde is the name of the little handheld devices that you normally cast to collect all that data.
Thank you.
Any more new business? Anyone? I have an update on Max Burtis. He sent me an email on the LPAs that we heard at the last meeting. Sounds like he's decided to move 3 of them out of the area, and he wants a 4th one in a completely different area, sounds like. So I asked him if he would like to get on the next agenda, whoever's in charge of the agenda, Darcy, he'd like to get on
Okay.
next month. And I guess now would be a good time to announce the next meeting is May 13th. Any public comment? Mary Ann Naif.
Hi, I was talking when you all walked in, and I'm going to be repeating what I said before. If you've heard the whole thing, I won't bother, but just stop me. The Lookout Point Causeway is in desperate need of repairs and updating. And we had done a top-level engineering study about 4 years ago, or 6 years ago now, to get the idea of what the cost would be, and it comes in around, probably in today's dollars, around $500,000. Maine DOT is offering a resiliency grant that we could have the project paid for to be final design and constructed. And they would cover 95% of the cost. We just have to have a small in-kind. So I wanted to let you guys know about it, and because I'm not sure if any of you use that landing, but it's always good to have some personal thoughts about what you find is a problem there, what you would like to see updated, so that it can be included in the final application. So it's due May 11th, and I've already mentioned it to Billy, and if you have input on that you'd like to share, please run it through George, or just let me know, and we'll try to get it in the request. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mary Ann.
Thank you, Marion.
I think that's it. Just waiting on you.
Make a motion, we adjourn.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.